This is Davey from Vanna, and we are here at one of the last stops of Hold On Pain and Store.
Yeah.
It's also one of the very last shows at Empire before they closed down. You guys just got off stage a little while ago. Give you a little time to cool down.
Cool out, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Void, which is out now on Pure Noise Records. What are some songs that you feel are the most influential or most important to you?
I feel like Digging is probably the kind of breakout song from that record that was the one that I
it's so bouncy. I know. I like the bounciness.
When we were going to record that record, I had a lot of issues that I don't think I really got to necessarily deal with, and I was in a place in my life where I feel like I in order to get over it, I had to talk about it. So Digging is the first song I kind of wrote. My song had been written for a little while, and I just really wasn't ready to share with anybody. And before we went into writing, we met up at the band house, and I kind of just shared what I went through with anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts when I was in my early 20s. And I just kind of went to the band and was like, it's okay. You guys feel like it's okay if we talk about this kind of stuff? Because diving into that whole world is it's a big thing, because it opens our band up to a lot more, criticism or whatever, and they were totally behind it, and they shared stories with me of stuff that they went through, and it because of that song, it kind of got the band a lot closer, which was really cool. And then going in to record the record, there was just I had some content, and I feel like after we wrote Digging and then we went to the studio, I feel like I rewrote everything, and I was like, well, if I'm going to get this person on this song, I feel like I should get my person on other songs. The song Toxic Pretender is a really, really personal song. Kind of about toxic people in your life and getting rid of them. And I ended some relationships years, this year, when we recorded that record. I'm trying to think of other songs that are kind of man, Personal Cross is a big step out for me. Realizing that it's been something I always want to say to kids too, and I say it all the time when I create songs, that I searched for things to save me for so long. People, religion, girlfriends, ideology, anything. I try to grasp on anything until I finally realized that I needed to be a strong person for myself. I can save myself from all the stuff that I was going through. Not to say that people don't help, not to say that you don't need those things, but I had to find strength in myself first. And I feel like so many times kids just are searching for things, That's why we have Instagram and Facebook and all those social networks that we reach out to other people because we're searching for other people's lives. And all these kids are really strong. I think that they don't get told that enough. I think that a lot of kids, they don't have that support system. So I guess for me with Void, I just wrote a bunch of songs on a record that I wish someone told me when I was 22. That was sort of the mission behind the whole thing.
It's good that it was sort of a cathartic experience.
It was absolutely a therapy session for me, and then also the response with kids, it seems to be a very shared message with all of that stuff. So I was really glad I got the intro.
And I'm sure it's cathartic to perform them again and again. You mentioned when you performed that it is like a therapy session. Is it a therapy session for you as well as the fans?
Absolutely. Especially even today, we had a friend pass away last night. We woke up to find out about it and drove 3 hours to the show, just non-stop thinking about everything, and got here to the show, and I didn't really go downstairs at all. I watched the local bands played, and they were kids were going crazy, and I was like, man, this is a really good show. We really need a good show today. As soon as we hit the stage, it just was just let everything go, and it just felt amazing. And I wanted to express to them, I know that we are up here, and it seems that so many times bands get, I think we've talked about this before, bands get dehumanized, and you feel like kids put these bands on these pedestals we're not real people. We totally are, and I wanted them to know that whatever you're dealing with today, you needed to be here. I needed to be here. My band needed to be here today because we went through a very, very hard day today, and we needed this so bad. And literally, all my guys are backstage. We're all smiling. It feels great. So it's a therapy session for the fans as much as it is for the kids, and that's the amazing part of those shows. That's why shows are so great because it's all inclusive to everybody. Everybody benefits from a show.
What else makes your live set so memorable?
I feel like I always, tell everyone, like, why do you guys climb shit and go crazy and jump off stuff and get in the crowd? And I'm like, everything that we've done in our lives, for me, I'm 30 and 26, 19 years old. Everything that we do in our lives is all like based around 30 minutes on stage. If you really break it down and think about it, everything that we sacrifice for, I've slept on a futon most of my adult life just to be able to be on stage for 30 minutes. I'm gonna take full advantage of those 30 minutes, and same goes for those kids. Is that I feel like if you come to a Vanna show and you don't think that you're gonna get into it and get crazy, and if you don't, kids in the front row, I always look at them you have a responsibility to lose your friggin' mind when we play. And they do. And that's the thing is I think that I can only speak for our band. It's never me talking shit about any other band, what they do. I just know for us, those 30 minutes are the most important 30 minutes of the day, and we need that time, So we just literally, there's pictures that happen, photographers are there, and I look back and I'm like, when did that happen? It's almost like I black out and I just don't even remember what happens. It's just that we just give everything we got for those 30 minutes on stage, and that's all we ever, can do. And it's cool to be on tour with bands that do the exact same thing. It's cool to see other bands, getting it and doing the exact same thing that you're doing. It's just man, those 30 minutes, I based my entire 11 years of my life around. So I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of those 30 minutes. And I'm going to try to get all those kids to enjoy, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's a matter of getting kids to come out of shows.
And you definitely, at least it seemed anyway, got to,
yeah.
You enjoyed it, they enjoyed it
oh,
tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you were all over the place.
Tonight was an incredible show. Incredible. I think that the world knew that we needed this show tonight, so.
Kind of had a feeling.
Yeah.
So what's up next for Vanna after this tour?
We come home for a minute and we go right to Alaska for a couple days, and we're doing a tour out there, just us. Just so sick, I can't believe I'm going to Alaska. And then we come home and we're going to write. We're writing a new record. We're going to be releasing music that isn't ours. Can't really say much about it.
Is it a cover?
We're going to be releasing a series of music that is not ours, but performed by us.
Okay.
And there'll be a few of them. There'll be audio and there'll be video.
Fair enough. We'll stay tuned for a lot more from Vanna. This is Jackie. Thanks to All Access and